What's up, Supreme Team, and welcome to the channel. Y'all, we are talking about these two right here, Miss Trisha and Ken, dark-skinned Ken from Love and Marriage Huntsville. Child, look at Ken's face. It is in this moment that he realizes he does not know Trisha at all. Okay? He has always described this woman on this show as a good girl. Hell, on and off the show. She is a good girl, right? She has described herself as being very modest. You get the impression that she is demure and quiet, reserved, unassuming, really doesn't, know that much. Married her high school sweetheart, probably only been with one man in her life, right? Outside of Ken, maybe he's the second. All of those things is what Ken thought he had, right? A good girl, somebody who goes to church, okay, prays, rubs them rosary beads, reads the Bible, until he found out on Love and Marriage Huntsville that she has been rolling around in the mud with Martell. I'm going to tell y'all all about it. But before we get started, make sure y'all share the video and hit the like button right now, please and thank you, because that's how others find me, right here on YouTube. I am DYANAROZAY, and I bring a unique commentary to your favorite reality TV shows and whatever is popping on social media. If you are not a subscriber, please become one. Hit that notification bell too, that way you don't miss any of my videos. I go by DYANAROZAY on all platforms, and I appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking with me. All right, you guys, and this discussion is about current events, news, reality TV, pop culture. It's for entertainment purposes only, and all comments are opinion and alleged. Now let's get into it, y'all. Listen, we haven't had a scene this real and this raw from Love and Marriage Huntsville in a minute, okay? It's unfortunate that it had to come at the expense of Mr. Ken Child, but that girlfriend is a mess, okay? She literally showed up on our TV screens as a woman who had married her high school sweetheart. Literally, she ain't been out in them streets that much. She has found this good man who was willing to take care of her and her children, while this wayward, deadbeat husband of hers was out here doing this thing, left her with 3 babies, okay? And Ken was out here doing the right thing. And I hope he continues to do the right thing, to be honest. I think that he loves her, and it's, they done got over, this is a hump for sure. Let's start there. This is a hump. But baby, Jesus Christ, oh my goodness, she embarrassed the hell out of that man in a clip where she has to confess that she was with Martell. And child, I had to go back and watch the scene from the bowling alley. Y'all remember the bowling alley scene where Ken had to address Martell? Was literally, that whole scene was about Ken addressing Martell because his woman sent him on a damn mission. Y'all remember that? Sent him on a mission. He literally said at the bowling alley, Trish came home upset because she said that Martell didn't recognize her. Now, that takes some kahunas. You sent that man out after Martell knowing that you were laying down with Martell. You should have just took the L and never said nothing. But now Martell is at this bowling alley. When Ken walks into the door, Martell knows what's up. He already knows what the scene is about. And he played his damn part, and he was impeccable. Let me say that. We never say good things about Martell, but what the hell he did in that scene was actually smart. And I told y'all, when he stood up and put that bowling ball in his hand and said, listen, what did she tell you we did? What did she tell you we met? When? Tell me. I was like, oh, okay, he didn't change. He didn't flip the script. Sir, you're here to confront me, okay? But now I'm about to flip the script. Look, what did she tell you? And then when Ken couldn't address that, Martell basically said he slept with her. He said, I met her out, as in out in the streets, okay? Because she for the streets. Now, let me just take that back. I don't know if she for the streets, child. But she does enjoy a romp. She does enjoy a romp, okay? Don't play all sweet, innocent, and demure, ma'am. If the truth of the matter is, okay, you are out here in these damn streets with Martell. We all know what he's about with the grocery eating and all that stuff. Okay. Um, and of all things, well, child, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's just put it this way. In this scene, we hear good old Courtney, okay? Courtney Beasley is sitting here after Martell is trying to tell his side, and he calls Martell out. Courtney calls Martell out. Y'all remember this?
Taylor ain't telling the whole story. He can say something later. He can say something later. Oh, no. Taylor ain't telling the whole story.
Tell ain't telling the whole story. Had my boy Ken frowned up looking at Martell like, what am I missing? What am I missing? Because never in his mind could he have imagined that his good girl woman at home would send him on a damn mission. Send him on a mission unnecessarily. Oh my goodness, child. Anyway, in the scene, Ken is making all of these faces. You can tell that he cannot believe his ears. He starts tapping his hand with tapping his temple with his forefinger, right? With his pointing finger, like he's about to turn into the Incredible Hulk. You could just tell that he could not believe Trish was literally playing him, embarrassing the hell out of him in the scene. But what went down is Martell ends up telling Stormy that he had invited Trish to the crib, right? He said, I invited Trish to the crib a few times. Stormy kept saying, well, what does that mean? Like, I feel like you didn't put me in some stuff, and I'm pissed that you even told me that. And then in confessional, the producer says to Martell, or asks Martell, what do you mean you invited her to the crib? What did y'all do? And Martell said, we did what you do at the crib. Okay. So he is letting the audience know that him and Trish did the nasty. All right. Now producers have come back to Trish and said, listen, you have made the cardinal sin of reality TV. You let someone else tell your story. And you are never, ever, ever, ever supposed to do that. If you would have got the jump on this, you could have said a gazillion things about Martell. And Martell would have never been able to pull himself up out of the mud. But unfortunately, Martell got the win, boo. Okay? Martell got the win. And now you have to tell the truth on camera. You're either going to tell the truth sitting beside your man on the couch, okay? You tell him, you confess that you have slept with Martell, or you keep lying to him, and then you let him find out when the show comes on with everybody else and see how that plays out for you. Either way, it's bad news for you, okay? You just got to decide how you're going to let it happen. And the second she starts talking, she can barely look this man in the eye. I swear to you. She is sitting there with her eyes closed, like clutching her fist and trying to get the words out of her mouth. And even then she's lying. And Ken is looking confused, but he knows what she's about to say. And he's mad as hell because he's like, what are you doing to me right now? Like, who are you, girl? Who are you? But she said, well, Trish says, well, I met with the girls, and look at him. This is the face where he's like, you lying. She says, I met with the girls, and they told me that Martell told them that I went to his house. And I was like, no, I didn't. Why would he tell that? Why would he lie like that and say I went to his house? And then I thought about it, and I went, oh yeah, okay. I did go to his house. I was supposed to, we were going there to meet. I was going there to meet at the gym, but and that's where she says it. I got there and we didn't end up going to the gym. And she makes it seem like it's this one time, but Martell's already blew the roof off the mother. He said it was multiple times, okay, a few times. And now this, okay, when all you had to do was tell the truth in the first place. If you would have told the truth in the first place, your man would still think of you in a good way. But now, child, you done put that doubt in his head, and that's bad, okay? I don't think he can, you just don't, when these kind of things happen, can you get over it? Sure. Can you forgive? Sure. Sure. Can you get over it? Sure. But there's always going to be that little piece of you when something happens that make you think, oh, can I believe her now? Okay. Especially again, since you sent that man on a mission, you didn't know what was going to happen over there. You didn't know if Martell was going to jump bad and then Ken would have had to go back for him. You didn't know that. That's a bad move. Okay. That is bad. So right now, y'all, there's actually two people on this show. There's another person on the show, I should say, that has a lot of the characteristics that Trisha has, okay? Setting her man up for the okie doke. And I'm going to tell y'all that in a later one, but she's definitely here. But right now, I will say that Trish and Ken, if you've done nothing else, you brought a sense of realism and honesty to the show that we haven't had in a minute, because this scene was so embarrassing that everybody who watched it was literally suffering secondhand embarrassment. You got to know better than this, okay? Out of all the things to lie about, this was the worst. This was the worst. And Martell, who is a stone liar, I don't think that the audience has even suffered this level of embarrassment for Martell. Like, we've seen Martell lie and he'll just come clean like, all right, I did it, whatever, right? But you lied for multiple episodes. And even when you did your interview with Dustin, you were lying. You lied in that interview and said you didn't know why Martell was saying the things he said, only to get us here and find out that it was you who wasn't telling the whole story. Not Martell. You, girl.
No, his son, he said something, man. He said something. Oh no, Taylor ain't telling the whole story.
It's Trisha who ain't telling the whole story. Okay? Trisha who ain't telling the whole story. Now finish it, child. We want to know the date, the time, the place. Were you sleeping with Martell when he was married? Or did this happen after, when he got his own place? After. We need the details, child, because this is messy. This is messy, okay? Y'all talk to me in the comments and let me know what y'all think, okay? Trisha ain't telling the whole story. She still ain't telling the whole story, at least not from the clip I saw. But talk to me in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about everything, okay? Make sure y'all hit that like button, share the video. I appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking with me. And I will check you all on the next one. Bye-bye.